Hello and welcome to Battle with the Best of Them with Dr. Yakman here. I'm doing 3 videos. This video is, like the normal weekly news video and showing you the catches that I've gotten recently. And then earlier today I did a video of my first, I just jumped in and went ahead and did the video for it. My first Team Go Rocket battle. And, just for the purpose of showing people how it works before you get to the stop and blah blah blah. As you can see, this stop right here is a rocket stop, and it is after 1:30 a.m. so it's 24/7, and they can appear at sponsored stops. They seem to appear at more like less active stops. And, they'll appear at any stop, I guess, but less active stops seem to happen more often. There's a lot more Team Rocket spawns, too, including some new shinies. My third video that I'm going to be doing is less about this and more about the fact that I'm running out of Pokemon space. So, especially now that they're adding these purified Pokemon and the Shadow Pokemon, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to have to get rid of some more, and I figure I got a bunch for distance or whatever, so I'm going to be making a third video about all my distance ones and how I'm organizing them before I get rid of them and kind of archiving where they all came from and stuff like that. But that's another boring thing. That's more for myself than it is for your viewing pleasure. But getting into the news here. Okay, so when this stuff started happening, where the stops were happening, and I guess there was a big glitch where people were trading Shadow Pokemon, which is no longer a thing, and it was boosting up the stats, and then you could purify the Pokemon and boost them up even more, and blah blah blah. Now you can still trade, but only after they've been purified, and in which case, if they're lucky, then they'll go way up, but, regardless, I guess there was some glitches with that, so they quickly got rid of the stops, and they tweeted it instead of putting any news or official news or whatever. They just tweeted, oh yeah, there's some problems, but they didn't say it like that. They said basically, what's going on, This is also very vague, too. Our information is incomplete, and investigations into this phenomenon are ongoing, so be on the lookout for other surprises. So, more Team Rocket type Pokemon spawns, like it says here. Raids will also feature Pokemon that are significant to Team Go Rocket. As we know right now, at first it was just Coughing and Ekans that were shiny, but then like an hour later they added to that list what is his name? Sneasel, and also Zubat. And when you do these Team Rocket battles, they can be shiny when you go to encounter them. Mostly when you do these battles, it's a 3-on-3 match. It seems like the first Pokemon that they send out is the one that you'll attempt to catch, but not always, because on one of mine they dropped their second Pokemon, when they left, and I went to go catch the second Pokemon instead. And this is supposed to be happening for a week, but I'm already kind of questioning that, because when you go into your badges now, they have them now for purification and for Team Rocket battles. Of course, I don't have purification yet because I haven't purified a Pokemon. I might do one in this video just to show you what it's like. It says defeat 10 Pokemon Go Rocket Grunts. And then it's 100, and then it's 1,000. So if these stops, the Pokestops that have Team Go Rocket at them, go away within a week, then there's got to be some other way that we're going to be battling these Team Rocket grunts. Maybe they can take over gyms. Maybe they will be a part of raid battles. In Japan already, and I mentioned this in videos before, they have Nidoking popping up as a raid battle, and I guess when you complete them at certain locations, they'll give you a sticker that says that it's Giovanni's Nidoking. Now that's not like in the game, I guess. It's just a promotional thing that they do with whatever location is doing that. And it's probably not something they would do here, but, you know, yada, yada, yada. They are kind of alluding to Giovanni being a part of all this. Started with, of course, this armored Mewtwo, and now these Team Rocket hints, and now they're here. Glitching at first, of course, but there's the checkered floor, and there's Giovanni in the background, and these grunts, and they keep talking about their boss. The first one that I did, if you watch the other video where I do my first battle, was Snorlax, which I really, really wanted, but give it pineapple berries, because these things are jumping around and attacking the entire time you're trying to catch them. And you don't get very many balls. You get more balls if you survive more Pokemon in your battle. You get more balls the more grunts you beat and the more Pokemon you purify. You know, you kind of have to build that up. So, and in here it says, let's see here. What does it say here? Discolored Pokestops. Okay, so these Pokestops, they seem to spawn like certain Pokemon do. Some of them are more rare than others. Or not more rare, but don't last as long as others, you know? And then, but on average, I've been noticing they pop up for about a half an hour and then they go away. This one here at Boost had popped up, it feels like more than a half an hour ago, but it's still going. And I didn't think they'd be doing it at sponsored stops, but there you go. They're at sponsored stops. But it does seem to happen more often at less active stops. I was stuck at work, but I would check the game every once in a while. I was noticing stops that, like, you don't frequent very often, or kind of far off, or, you know, off the beaten path of, you know, because they're not in a cluster of other stops. But I've also seen active stops be a part of it too, but just not as often. The less active stops, though, seem to happen they seem to happen more there. And yeah, there's a new field research available, which I'm on page 3 now, and I could purify my Charmander that I've got, the Shadow one, and that would count for this one. And then I could purify 2 of my Rattatas and complete that, but I'm not going to do that right now. That would put me at over 1,000 rare candy, though. I was saying that I wasn't gonna dump them into anything until I got over 1,000, but here I am. I'm at 999. Let me go over some of the Pokemon that I've gotten in this last week. Today, Bagon just appeared in front of work, and even rarer than that, it ended up being a shiny. So that was lucky. Then my friend Spider traded me this, which you can't see the stats of it, but there's the trade right there. I had a 4th shiny Cleffa, so I gave him that, and he gave me a shiny Misdreavus. And then I also, earlier, I got a shiny from GoFest, from Pokemon Balloons. She gave that to me, and it ended up being lucky. We did not plan this to be lucky. We were not lucky friends. It was not an old trade for you know, an older Pokemon to make it lucky. It just randomly became lucky, which means we've done, for how many trades we've done, most of them have been lucky, whether planned or non-planned. So, she named it Dr. Gakloon, so, yeah, that was pretty awesome. I instantly hugged her right when it happened because it was crazy. Because I gave her, she needed a female Mudkip, and I gave her my last one because I gave my other female Mudkip to Sarah Shiro Okami. Been hatching a lot more Riolus, still no Gibbles. Mudkip Day I got 10. 2 females, but I traded those both away because they were not very good. None of my Mudkips were really good, but the 2 better ones I made into Marshtomp and Swampert. Yeah. And then been doing a lot of spin the tasks, and they've not been shiny. I did get this male Heracross. I think maybe I covered that in the last video from my friend Claude Eagle. What other good catches have I gotten recently? Only one battle with the best of them. Straw Hat Pikachu, which is actually the Luffy, or however you pronounce his name, from One Piece. And that's a goofy situation too. I don't know if I covered that in the last video or not, but they're not calling it One Piece here in America. I guess Funimation's not giving up the, or whoever has the rights to it in America is not giving up the rights to One Piece. But, there's that. What else? I got another Deoxys Speed. And then another one, I think. Oh, no, wait a minute. I did a bunch of the Mewtwo, Armored Mewtwo raids. Still no perfects. And then here's these Shadow Pokemon. This one's hard to catch, especially if you don't Pineapple Berry it, or Nanap Berry it right away. Not very good. None of them are actually good, except for Charmander. It's okay compared to the other ones. And this one actually has 1 star. And yeah, the first one though was Snorlax, and it ran away from me, and I was so But I guess I could do the purification now. What do you think? Should I do it just to see what it's like? I like how they have, if you look in the background, there's a little shadow of them too. So that really just shows that they're shadow. And they all have frustration. When you purify them, which is cheaper, if you evolve them, then it's more expensive to purify them. And your Pokédex does not keep, that really stinks, does not keep track of them being shadow, but it does keep track of them being purified when you go to purify them. So I guess I can do this one. Part of me feels like I don't want to, but I'm not going to be able to keep it not going to keep it anyway, because they just are not worth it. They are pretty weak. And now that they're purified, they just have the regular background like they normally do, but they have this like white aura around them. Let's see how much this improved. It improved, but not, you know. And it has return, which I really don't know how effective that is, but there you go. And I guess I'm gonna purify 2 other ones too, and they have this new emblem on there. And then also, like I said, when you go to the Pokédex, it'll show on here how many of them have been purified, but it doesn't show you like what they look like when they're purified. So that's kind of I don't know. I wish they would show you not only the shiny variant, the lucky variant, the shadow variant, and the purified variant. I wish they would. It's not necessarily that they're variants, but you know, I would like to see all those in the Pokédex. That's part of the point of that, so that if you get rid of them in the future, you don't need them or don't want them, then you can do that. And I guess I will do this random one right here. I'll do this one. And these will be my 3, so I'll complete that task. I got a test here, too. If I complete my special field research task, does that count for my stamp for today for the regular weekly research? Or, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how his stats went up. A little bit. And then I'll do this one. I like that. Again, I like that that shadow there. It's pretty cool. Oh, it is so purified. Alright. Now when you go to fight these things, man, their CP levels are unbelievable sometimes. You can get absolutely trounced, but you can actually, when you go to battle these, you can, even if they've got like a weaker team, you can put in like a really strong team against them, which kind of is uneven a little bit, but then you'll get surprised because sometimes, like that first battle that I went for, Snorlax, I believe it was Snorlax, Charizard, and Dragonite, and they just whooped on me, so, and, but whatever, there's that. Looks like this stop is no longer a Team Rocket stop. Okay, so did the purification, doing this now, let's see. Does not look... The encounters for the first 2 pages that you get, now see, this is what I was wondering. The first time he talks about Spark helping him, and then he talks about Candela, the other team leader, and Blanche now helping him with his research, which, you know, I guess that includes everybody. But at first I was like, why is it saying Candela? In the preview video that they had for this, it was really strange. They said something like Earth, he wanted to take over Earth or some stuff like that, and this is the 4th one. So this will complete everything. And now I have 3 of those. So I got well over 1,000. As many shadow Pokemon as possible. The world is under attack. For a week? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's going to either get worse, they're going to start going into raid battles, or they're going to start taking over gyms. I always had this idea when they first introduced this game that they were going to have like a hot air balloon, Meowth, you know, or a Team Rocket, whatever, going around to different gyms, taking them over, and then it would take 2 teams, not just one, but 2 teams to take over, or take them back from Team Rocket. And maybe it might hold your Pokemon hostage, like they had stolen them, like they do in the anime or whatever. That would be a little bit rough, though. But, you know, I thought that maybe that's a possibility, and if it's only a week of these stops being taken over, then there's got to be some other way that we can get up to 1,000 grunt battles, because that's like, you know, close to 200 battles a day in order to get it all done in a week, which is not going to happen. But here's my stamp. Poochyena, not shiny. And then here's my weekly. Let's see if for the first time ever it's a shiny weekly. Wow, more rare candy. I just get rare candy all the time. Latios, not shiny. Still need to go over the pictures. I'm supposed to save this for the end, but I do have some pictures that I can show you of stuff that I've taken pictures of over the last week, although I've already talked about most of it probably. Let's do that after I catch this boy. Ooh, that was a bad throw. Sometimes when I'm making these videos, like, there's a little bit of lag to my touchscreen, so almost at 20 minutes, so I gotta really hurry up here. And this is my first catch of the day, too. Yeah. pretty good. But it is over Great League status, so this is probably something that I'll get rid of. But let's see here, my pictures. Now this was a joke my friend sent to me. Area 51. I'm sure you guys have seen it around Facebox or whatever, but I'm not on there, so in case you haven't seen it, this is funny. Whatever. Jump Luff in the wild, that's rare. That was my first mud kit. Had to take a picture of it. Masquerade in the wild, that was rare. This stop right here was it's over here is like where Kroger is, and the rest of Delco's over here. This is a hot spot. That's what mudkips look like over there. That's rare to find in the wild. I still would like to find a shiny one of these in the wild. That'd be cool, because I already had Needle Queen was the first one, and I caught 2 Nidoran females. It'd be cool to catch a Nidorina. Conflicting reports right now on Nidorino and Nidoking showing up in the wild as shinies, just like Nidoqueen was. But I don't think that's true. But I've heard some people say, oh, well, that it's a possibility. The same thing with the new ones that have come out recently, that their evolved forms would appear in the wild. But I don't believe that. I think more of that kind of stuff is going to show up. Why was this on here? More of that stuff is going to show up. Like, you know how they said that they haven't discovered everything yet? Or what was it? Incomplete. Information is incomplete, and that there might be other surprises. I think if they do introduce a Giovanni type boss character, and, you know, maybe he'll take over raids, and, you know, maybe that's what's coming in after Armored Mewtwo comes out or goes out, then, you know, it could be a possibility that they'll open up, obviously, Meowth, and then Giovanni's pet, what is it? Persian, and make that one. I had 3 of these. I thought that was pretty cool. Persian as a shiny, and Meowth, so that'd be kind of cool. I was saving that for balloons. Somebody had made some babies in there, and then we trounced it and then put in shiny babies in there. And then this was later on that night. This was funny, a skinny egg. I've seen them fall over before, but not that. You already seen that. 2 incenses going on. That was a weird glitch. It did not actually use 2 incenses. I had to start over the app again, and it was only 1 going active, but whatever. 999. Now I've got more. Here, I was trying to hit a stop from all the way over there. That was a weird glitch. Here's another weird glitch. Sometimes the Pokemon just didn't show up. I was saving that for Wolf Cub. And then these 2 right here were Ekans and... Or no, wait a minute. No, they weren't. They were... Ooh, what 2 Pokemon were they? I forgot. I've already forgotten. These were Ekans and Coughing. But these 2 were, I think, Sableye and Murkrow. All of those shiny possible. So that's... I mean, some people were like, this field research is weak, or this special research is weak. And I was like, I think they had to release it this way to try to explain it to people, and they might have had some dialogue problems in the game. And to fix the glitch, they kind of like reintroduced it. That's why they got rid of the Pokestops for like a day or 2 until they could reset everything, because there was problems with trading and Shadow and they getting boosted up too much with lucky trades and blah blah blah. That's what it looks like from a distance the first time, and I was excited, and then I made that video, and it ended up being at this Jehovah's Witness hall, which is not an active stop. And like I had theorized before, it's not active stops. This one's not very active at Beavertown Cemetery either. And I got that bag on in the wild. These are supposedly, I haven't seen it. But when you encounter a grunt, they'll say different things, and these different things mean that's the type of Pokemon that they're going to use. I've seen them throw out mixed ones, though. But there's also, most of the time, though, it's been like all leaf types. Like they'll have a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur in their party or whatever. And then here's the other sayings that they'll do for the other types. So a little bit of a spoiler there, I guess, but whatever. Look at her butt. And what am I trying to point out here? Oh, yeah, there's 2 stops here. I didn't make it to the one in time because I had to complete this one, and then by then this one had dissipated. So here's my Shadow Rattata, the first one. I put it in a gym just to see what it was look like. And then there he is at the top of the gym, King of the World. And then this is when it said Candela, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Trapinch in the wild, that's really rare. And then here's my 5 Shadow Pokemon, not anymore. I did 6 of these, and I was like pointing out to somebody because they were saying, oh, this is only going on for a week. And I was like, well, then how are we going to get 1,000 battles in a week? There must be some other ways that we're going to be fighting them. This is rare to find in the wild. And then I got my very first, at least since this new appraisal system came out, my very first 0. I had another one that was 1 click. It was a Finian, and like its attack was 1, and all the other 2 were 0. These are all 3 zeros. So here's the this. I'm just showing this for evidence that a sponsored stop can be a Team Go Rocket stop. So, and that's it for that. So I've already bored you for too long. I had to go over a lot of stuff with the Team Rocket stuff and everything that happened in my last week of Pokemon Go adventuring. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. And happy hunting out there.